Hello! Thank you for tuning in to the Love Reads. I'm going to try something a little new this time around. I'm going to try doing pick-a-reads for each sign in relation to love. I'm going to put out 3 stones. The first time around with that pile, I'm going to do the relationship. Then I'm going to do the single version for the same pile. I'm going to try to give a little bit more diversity. I feel like even though we may share the same sign as someone else, we have different variations about what's going on in our lives. So I want to give more options, more diversity, so that way you can find what pile most resonates with you. Let me know at the end, of course, if this worked or didn't work for you. It's going to be a little different than normal, but let's give it a shot. Hello, Virgo. Thank you for tuning into your love read. For this read, I'm going to use the Modern Spellcaster's Tarot by Melanie Marquis, illustrated by Scott Murphy. For the support of Oracle cards, Angel Answers by Oracle cards by Doreen Virtue and Radley Valentine. Boop. Okay, 3 piles. Probably keeping them in frame is a cool idea. Yeah. Okay. I like the center pile. Let's see if there's going to be a good reason. That wasn't much. Okay. Alright, so this pile will be number 1. This pile will be stone number 2. And I'm going to put that over there. And then this last pile will be stone number 3. Alright, so stone number 1. Let's see what we got for you. Okay. Some of these don't have many cards in them, I'm noticing, but I go with it, so what can I say? This is pushing in, too. So we're going to start with relationship first. Alright. You're letting something go is what I'm getting. The first thing I'm getting is you're letting something go. You're moving on from an issue. The reason you're moving on from an issue is because it's not that you can't get what you want. And I feel like that's a big thing here. It's not that you can't get what you want, it's just, it's not worth it. Because you're seeing there's no support on this side, there's nothing here. So you can get what you want, but you're kind of on your own doing it. And I feel like that's why you're letting it go. It's kind of like this time spent could be spent better, because this is more about, it's cutting into your relationship time. If this situation you're letting go, if you do it in your own, and it's time you're taking away from your relationship. For that reason, you're moving on from it. I feel like this is a good idea. This is saying you're going to be happy you did so. I'm getting a lot of warmth, a lot of time spent with loved ones. I feel like you're moving your energy to tend the home fires, if you will, because it's just not serving you to keep going the way you are, I guess. So you're letting go of something just to bring more closeness to your relationship. I'm very bothered by this being empty. And I'm thinking it's because as long as you're involved in whatever situation this is, I feel like there's a kind of there's a lack here. There's an open space here that things just seem like there's possibilities that could happen that you'd rather not happen. Something's just, I don't feel good about that. So you walking away from the situation to work on the relationship or make the relationship a little stronger, I feel that very greatly serves you. I feel like it's a very wise decision. It's going to pay off. It's kind of like going towards the investment in the relationship. Now, the same card's going for single people. I actually feel like there's no, again, I'm getting like a vacancy here. I feel like you're taking a break. Or maybe this might be a hint that maybe it's time for you to take a break for a little while. Just kind of back off from the dating scene, either by choice or by advice. I feel like this is saying, you know what, right now what you want is not there. No use trying to make something happen when you're not feeling that magnetic connection. If there is somebody around you that you are feeling for, I'm getting that they're not really feeling it for you, for left, for right, for whatever that means. It's just not happening. They're saying for right now, take a break, enjoy your own time, go towards friendships at this point. You may be surprised down the road that may pay off better than you expect. For right now, I feel like they're saying, you know, move away from dating, go more towards cultivating friendships or spending time with family. It just doesn't seem like things are going your way just at this time. So either you're doing it on your own or they're saying this is a good idea for you to do, because for right now it's just not there. Short, sweet, to the point. I feel like that's good. Okay. Now let's go on to the next one. That's this rock, which is an amethyst and kind of like an egg shape. It used to be on a necklace, I think. Well, yeah, there's a hole there, so. I don't remember if I really wore it as a necklace at the time. I've had it for a long time. Alright, so are they in frame? Pretty much. Okay. So we're going to do relationship first. Ooh, we got the tower coming right in. Tower coming right in. Alright. Whew. For relationships, this energy is talking to me in the sense of like, something fell apart here. Something fell apart. It was almost abandoned. But I feel like the trust, especially when it's touching the reconsider, I feel like whatever fell down, whatever imploded, because I feel like it's more of like an implosion here, whatever came down on itself, I feel like the trust is saying, this is better to see now rather than later. It's almost like you were building this tower, you got 2 floors up, and like the middle fell in. Which the trust is saying, wouldn't you rather it fall in 2 stories up rather than 10 stories up? Wouldn't you rather that happen now rather than when you got higher up and had more invested in this situation? That's what the trust is saying. The tower is saying, before you get even farther, even deeper into this situation, it's falling in. Trust that this is for the best. Reconsider is saying, the way it was being, the way this situation was going, constructed, happening, operating, there was problems. Reconsider how it's been built. Don't go back to the same plan. Realize the tower is giving you a gift. It's saying, this ain't working. Sorry, maybe I should get that back in camera view. Maybe that would help. It's saying, no, don't do that again. Reconsider what you're doing. You can still build and create the situation the way you want it. Reconsider how you're doing it so you can build it stronger. I do see this coming in. And I also see your partner saying, your partner has the big happy changes there. I almost feel like they're getting their way. I actually do feel like they're getting their way. And I see you with the Empress on this side and the Page of Pentacles in the center. Changing direction is a little bit unnerving. Your partner seems to say, you know what, it imploded. We can't do it the same way. And you're like, yeah, I know that. I feel like you're admitting, like, yeah, I know that. But that doesn't mean I want to go, you know, such a drastic different direction. But your partner seems to be pushing back with the big happy changes. You'd rather repeat what we already did. So I feel like you're begrudgingly going along with it. You got the 6 of Pentacles. You're not all that comfortable with going a new direction, but your partner has this. They're highlighting. They're like, remember when we did that and it imploded and it fell in on us? And you're like, all right. We'll do it your way. We'll do it your way. The Page of Pentacles is telling me it's taking you a while to get used to it. Things are being built better, but in a way that you're not comfortable with because it's foreign. Because it's foreign. It's not bad. And I feel like you're giving into it because you trust your partner and you're like, you know what? I want to do what's best for the situation. The Empress is somebody who looks out for other people, takes care of other people. Your partner's saying, you know what? We can do a lot better here. You know, it's safer and better and happier for everybody if we just do it this way. I feel like your partner's winning you over in that respect. You're like, yeah, I understand. It's uncomfortable to me, but if we do it the way that was comfortable to me, we're going to end up right back where we were, back at the tower. I don't want that. So you're giving into it. You're giving into it and you're going along with it. I do feel like this is going to work out for you, especially when I feel the big happy changes on your partner's side. They're getting it. It's going by their design is what I'm getting. I do feel like this is going to pay off. I feel like this is a better plan. Once you're used to it, you'll be good. Once you got the routine down and you're comfortable and you're like, oh, okay, this is, like, I broke in my shoes now. They're feeling good now. I like them now. You know, they were a little rough in the beginning, but you broke them in and you weren't even sure you liked the color at first. But now you're like, no, I kind of like this color. It grew on me. I like it. So over time, it will get better. This looks like this is going good for you. So I like how this is playing out. Now on the flip side, here when we go in through the singles view, you're reconsidering somebody who... You are reconsidering somebody. Somebody's coming back towards you. Somebody that wants your trust. Somebody that maybe broke your trust in the past. They're coming forward with something. And I'm getting this idea of like, oh, I've changed feel. I'm getting one of those things. You are reconsidering because you'd like to believe that this is different. Whatever they broke your trust with in the past, I feel like you want to give this person another shot. And the Tower is telling me that you still have feelings for this person and you thought you were done with this. Is that right or am I wrong? No, I feel like that's right. Okay. You thought you were done with this. This person comes back in. It takes you a minute. You're not going to just change on the you know, turn direction on a dime or however that saying goes. I get that they want your trust back and they've been working at it. I get like there's enough time that has passed here, or circumstances have passed enough that you're willing to like give it a chance and see if this really is the truth. You are reconsidering. When you try, when you allow them a chance, because you got the Empress here, you're allowing them that chance. I actually feel like that's why she's there. She's saying, I'm allowing this chance. I'm allowing it to go forward. I could stop the show right here if I wanted to, but I'll allow it to go through. They're extremely excited about this. But the Page of Pentacles exists between the two of you because the two of you realize it's going to take some time. It's going to be a good period of time before you're really sold on this idea. And I feel like the other person even knows, even if you're sort of sold on the idea, so to speak, they make one slip up and it's done. Done, done, done. They're lucky if they get that much. So I feel like they're realizing this is not going to be the easiest thing, but you are giving in. You're giving them a chance. Will it pay off? It's a general read. I feel like this person is taking it serious enough that it should. It should. It could. It's a general read. Take it with a grain of salt. I feel like you're going to keep your eye on this person either way. They make one wrong move, though, they're done. That's what I'm getting. It's going to take a while before you're comfortable. And it depends on what the trust was. What it was that broke your trust before is a big piece of it. Probably if I get it back in camera view, that's probably helpful. I feel like it's worth giving this person a try. It's a general read. Take it with a grain of salt. Decide whether this is worth giving a shot to, whatever broke your trust before. Because the reason it's right side up as now is like they feel like they have a chance to get your trust back, and they're coming back towards you. It's a trust issue. Good? Good. All right. That's the second stone. Let's go to the third one, which is this rose quartz, which is pointing. I want to do past, present, future. I feel like we're going past, present, future. This is you. And I notice it's going over here a little bit. Okay, past, present, future. And what do you got going on here? Boom. Listen to your intuition. All right, so for couples, there's been a lot of care. I feel like the Knight of Cups is like giving a lot of care to something, very careful with things, very meticulous, very do it by the book, but a lot of care, a lot of compassion here. Is this in the thing? Here we go. How about that? You've been going along the situation. It's been like a balance. I get the King of Cups, though. You seem to be giving in a lot, is what I'm getting. But in the sense of, like, it doesn't really matter. Like, it's almost like, I don't know if this is probably going to sound quirky, but choosing where to eat. Like, if you're going out to eat, and they want to go to this place, you want to go to that place. And they're like, but I really want to go to this place. You're like, sure, whatever. Because you're like, it's one meal. I don't really care. Like, it's not that big of a deal. And I feel like you give in on those little things a lot. It's almost like, for example, if there's a house in your room, or a room in your house. A house in your room, yep. A room in your house. And you're like, we need to paint this. And they're like, I want it to be turquoise green. And you're like, well, I'd rather it be yellow. They're like, but I really love turquoise green. And you're like, knock your socks off. It's the spare room anyway. I don't see it that often. I don't even care. So I feel like you're like, it doesn't matter. I feel you giving in a lot. I do. But the thing is, I feel like you are very smart. You give in on a lot of things, a lot of the little things, so that way when something big comes around, you hold your ground, you can just say, you know what, I give in all the time, you can give me this. I feel like that's smart. Like, you give them a lot of the little things, but if it comes to something important you really want, then you're like, hey, I usually give in. It's your turn to give in. I don't think that's a bad thing. I don't. Because you got the Ten of Pentacles here in the center. Currently coming into this, you've invested well. You give in a lot. You know, you do give in a lot to your partner, is what I'm getting. And they appreciate that. I feel like when it's time for them to give a little, I don't feel like it bothers them so much. Because I feel like they look at it like usually you do give in. Even though it's little things, it's a lot of little things. I feel like it's a lot of little things, quite frankly. So they're like, you know, if you want something, I would love to do that for you. I actually feel like they like that. They feel like the reciprocation is there. I feel like it's balancing things. I feel like it works well. Because of that, the next thing that comes your way that you really want, you're going to get. The Queen of Wands is telling me action is in your favor. When the next big thing comes around, it's in your pocket. You're going to get what you want. And I feel like that's what this reading is saying. Like, because you might be wondering, like, maybe I should start trying to get some of the little things for myself. You know, I constantly give in. Maybe that's not a good thing. I actually feel like it's going to serve you, because when the next big thing comes around, you're going to have it in your pocket. You're going to get what you want. And I feel like that's how this is balancing. I feel like that's fair. I don't feel like that's bad, because I'm trying to think of this. I was on the other side of the coin where I kept getting my way on little things. And then, for example, my partner wanted a certain car. And I'm like, well, we got to buy a car anyway. Whatever you want. I mean, like, to them it would be a big thing, but, you know, leave it at that. If we're going to flip this over to singles, this is like, listen to your intuition. Listen to your intuition here. I'm getting the giving here. With the King of Cups, I'm getting a very generous feel. I'm getting a very giving feel. For singles, I'm still getting the giving feel here. I'm getting a lot of love on your side. I'm getting that this has gone along so far, so long, that this person actually really enjoys you in their life and is very used to you in their life. I don't want to be the wet blanket, but I'm just going to be honest. I'm feeling like the person you're giving this attention to really enjoys the friendship quality of this. I feel like you're very giving. I'm not 100% sure the passion is there for them, but I'm seeing that they will go along with it because they really appreciate you. This might really invest a long-term friendship. It could become a relationship, because I feel like if that's what you want, in fact, if it's going, you know, if you want that, I feel like you probably could get that, but I don't know if the fireworks are going to be there for the other person, just to be fair. Because I'm getting the Queen of Wands. You're very giving to this person. You're very helpful to this person. They see a lot of value in there. And if you push it to the, like, because I feel like there's no reason for them to say no, but I don't feel them pushing forward to make it happen either. I'm not feeling a lot of passion on this side. I'm feeling very honored friendship. I am getting, if you want this to become a relationship in the future, by the way, Queen of Wands, you can get that. In this case, though, I think you have to ask yourself, if the passion's not really there for that person, they love you, but not in a romantic way as much, at least not enough that matches your intensity, is that good enough for you? That's what you have to ask yourself. If you're going to have the chance to get it, but if the passion isn't there as strong for them as it is for you, do you want it? Which is a personal answer you have to answer yourself. And that's going to be your answer, because I don't feel the passion there on that side. I feel like it's going to be very obvious to you, because they don't come towards you romantically. They don't start things romantically. Even if there's romantic moments here, I feel like you're going to notice that either you are initiating them, or you do something really nice for them, and that's how they're trying to pay you back in a way. So be mindful of that, because I don't feel the passion on this side, and just keep close eye on it. Take it with a grain of salt. It's definitely, you know, a general love read in that sense. You know, but think about it. If this doesn't have the matching passion that you have for this person, is that okay with you? And then you have to make your own personal decision if that's something you want or not. Are we done? I think we got it. All right, Virgo, I think we've finished that up. If you'd like a reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. Thank you.